Hey there, well since our first video on Goldwyn a couple months ago, there's been a lot of activity in the area, both on site and on paper. Now if you haven't seen that first video discussing Goldwyn, go ahead and click the link in the top of this video right now, give that video a watch, and then come back here and watch this update. Now when we made that video a couple months ago, some of the sales were just starting to happen and a few of the builders hadn't yet released any of their lots. The land was just being graded to the right levels with no utilities in the ground or anything like that yet, so it was still quite early on in the process at that point. And they were also saying at that point that homes would start being built in August, which just isn't gonna happen, which we're gonna get into it in just a little bit. So let's look at the actual land itself first, and then we'll get into the update from some of the builders. So as you can see from some of our updated aerial shots, there's more activity on site now than there was a couple months ago, with utilities starting to go in the ground, which means that roads will not be far behind. So ultimately, progress is definitely happening here, with crews there every single day now, getting the community closer to being built. And what you're seeing on these shots here is the area that they're developing for right now is phases 1, 2, and 3. And if you remember from our first video, the rough timeline is about one phase per year in Goldwyn. But as these things tend to go, we were hoping to see homes starting being built this summer like I mentioned, but now it looks like the first builds are going to start around December, so you can expect the first possessions in here will now likely be early 2025. So that's about it for the land itself. Not a whole lot to discuss there other than progress is being made. And now onto an update from some of the builders in the area, starting with Green Cedar Homes. They had most of their lots sold in-house to family, friends, and in-house clients, so there wasn't a lot of opportunity there for new customers to get into one of their lots. So that's about all we can say about Green Cedar. So unfortunately for many buyers, they had a lot of the really nice walkout lots in this first phase that are now all accounted for. So moving on to Brilliance Homes, and I had a few conversations with Brilliance Homes over the past few months discussing their lots, and they have now also sold out of the lots that they had available, but they might have another release of their last 10 lots in August or September of this year. So if you're interested in getting more information on those lots when they're released, be sure to comment below and I can add you to our list of people to keep updated. Well, next up, and one of the most anticipated builder releases we saw in Goldwyn, is McKee Homes. Being a prominent Airdrie builder and with a lot of interest in Goldwyn coming from people who live in Airdrie, McKee to many felt like the builder that they could trust the most here in Goldwyn. And in addition to that trust factor, they were also promising some of the lowest prices in the neighborhood compared to the other builders, which honestly I don't think they're going to be able to keep a lot of those price promises, unfortunately. Now since McKee had such a large waiting list of interested buyers in Goldwyn due to those two reasons, they decided to do a lot draw for their lots. They did this lot draw a few weeks ago and a lot of their lots were spoken for within a couple days. Of course, as people discussed pricing and homes with McKee, some of the buyers would end up backing out, but the next in line on the wait list will get their place. So at this point, McKee is still not sold out, but working through their wait list as people back out of their lot holds, and this is where over-promising on low prices is unfortunately starting to hurt them. Which brings us now to Aspen Creek Homes. Now this is one of the builders that still has lots available, and they aren't selling out at record pace either, like some of the other builders are seeming to. And they're purposely not selling out as fast as they can because they understand that the builds aren't starting until at least December and into 2024, so there's no need to go hard selling on them right now. Aspen Creek at this point is more interested in getting the right people in their homes that will appreciate the care and detail that this boutique style builder puts into their homes. You see, Aspen Creek builds about 30 to 40 homes per year, all in these luxury estate style communities. So not only are they well equipped to build the type of home that Goldwyn demands, but they do it at the highest quality that you'd expect as well. And they are a full custom builder, not a mass producing builder like many others. This means that every house they build, they want to build it perfect for you and your family. So this means you'll sit down with the actual owner of the company to help design and build your dream home. Now as for Aspen Creek's lots, as I mentioned, they still do have some available. In the southeast corner of phase 1 is where all of their builds are. So once it's built, you can bet that this is going to be one nice looking street. Aspen Creek is, I'd say, the highest quality builder here in Goldwyn right now, and their homes will be all in the $1.1 to $1.7 million price range, give or take. So if you're wanting to explore building in Goldwyn with Aspen Creek, be sure to reach out to me right away so we can get started. All of my information is down in the description below. And if you're looking for the highest quality, I think Aspen Creek is going to be your best option. Alright, so now we've accounted for 4 of the builders here in Goldwyn, but what about the other 3 builders on the roster for the community? We still have Castellano Homes, Sterling Homes, and Akash Homes. Now these 3 builders, I have not been able to get any good information about their plans in Goldwyn or the specific lots that they have or will have available. On the lot phase map here, you can see where the first 4 builders are building in the highlighted areas, but that whole middle section, I don't have a plan with who's building on which lots, but I know that they've been assigned to these 3 builders. My guess is that they'll probably be split up something like this in 3 sections, 1 for each builder, but I don't know exactly the specifics on who's going to be where yet. In this middle section though, there are 4 more walkout basement lots that I know will be in high demand when we find out who's building on them. On this image here, you can see where we highlighted where those 4 walkout lots are. Keep in mind that Aspen Creek does still have a couple walkout lots available in that southeast corner as well. So to summarize our update, builds are now likely to start in December of this year. 2 builders are sold out, 1 might have more lots coming soon. McKee is rolling through their waiting list. Aspen Creek is looking for the perfect buyers for their homes, and the other 3 have not started selling yet that I know of. Now I plan to bring another update towards the end of summer on the community, but until then, if you'd like to explore building here in Goldwyn, please reach out to me right away or comment down below. As a local realtor, I'm not directly associated with or have any ties with any of the builders specifically, so I can help give an unbiased representation in your build here in the community. My name is Brad Walker, local realtor with Real Broker, and we'll see you in the next video.